No longer a 2-hour show for now. No, weather's breaking and stuff. We want to hit the streets, but it's the Think Outside the Box podcast powered by none other than Glockaware Radio. Thanks to Toucan for always providing this platform. I got to start the show the way I start the show every Wednesday. Shout out to my big sis, Aunt KD. She couldn't be here with me this morning. She had to handle some BI, but she is here with me in spirit always. So shout out to you, sis. I hope you're watching wherever you are. But I got to start the show the way I start the show. Soften your gaze, allow your eyes to come to a gentle close as you prepare for this conversation and prepare for your destination. If you're in your car, just focus on your destination with a sound mind, clear mind, and sound heart. Take a deep, cleansing, healing breath in through your nostrils. Exhale, cleanse, detox, and release as the air exits the body and crosses the lips. Take another healing, cleansing, deep breath in through your nostrils. And exhale, release anything from the mind, body, and spirit that is taking up space and serves no purpose here. Slowly come back into awareness. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you to DJ Nizzy Nate for that morning mix, that morning blend, that Philly special that he made up for me and Aunt KD when we were getting ready for the parade and whatnot. So we had him make that mix for us. So shout out to our Uncle Nate. He definitely be mixing it up. So today is different. I woke up this morning motivated to be here. I already knew I was going to be doing the show by myself. My sister gave me a heads up last night. And it made me think back to my first show. My very, very first show. And I just went back on YouTube and checked the date. And it's crazy how time flies. And when I started this show, Think Outside the Box, almost 3 years ago, August 4th, to be exact, of 2022, I was by myself. I was up here by myself. I didn't have a co-host. I would just invite other guests to come and co-host with me periodically. So these seats were ever changing. I would always have different people here in these seats to talk and tell their stories and give their opinions and promote their businesses and things like that. And over the years, the platform has changed a little bit. I've had permanent co-hosts and, people have to go off and do their own things. And so I've changed co-hosts over the years, but it just brings me back to why I started this. On my way here, I was just really reflecting on the growth of myself and the growth of the show, and the benefit of doing this podcast that I have received, the people that I've met, the relationships that have been formed. Literally, I'm just grateful for Glockaware, right? Glockaware, and those of you who are affiliated with Glockaware, y'all know the importance of this hub, this headquarters, this home that we call Glockaware. Although I have been a podcaster for 3 years, I had a clothing line before that, 2 to be exact. So my affiliation with Glockaware stems longer than 3 years. So I am really, really eternally grateful to Toucan and to everyone who is behind the scenes and also has a part of Glockaware and building this engine that we love so dearly. I had Sarah Brand was my first clothing line that I had first, that I partnered with my mom. It's a custom bow tie, pocket square, and lapel pin business. We started that some years ago. It had to be about over 15 years ago. And my mom was making the bow ties and stuff, but then eventually we started adding other items to our clothing brand, and we started doing t-shirts. And my first t-shirt that I had Toucan make for me had this big bow tie on the front. That was our logo. And in it said Sarah, Sarah. And Sarah Brand was the name of our bow tie brand, which eventually became like a clothing brand. It meant simply altered, remixed, and handcrafted, which is an acronym, and I use my grandmother's name. And it started from me repurposing clothes. So simply altered, remixed, and handcrafted. I like to take shirts, jeans, anything, cut it up, bleach it, distress it. Um, and it started with bow ties, just taking pillowcases and different things and making bow ties for my son. And then we just started making them. And then from there, I started practicing yoga. And I still have my love for clothes. And I feel like anything that I do, my clothes need to fit what I'm doing. They have to, the attire needs to fit what I'm doing. So with yoga, I'm like, I need athletic apparel. I want some t-shirts. I want to come out with some different things. Shout out to my Aunt Ruth Wilson, who just passed last year, I believe. Oh yeah, last year, I think. Um, and she was 100 and something years old. I created these t-shirts in her likeness that said Ruth the Riveter. Did well selling those. And then I put my Nelly Yoga Fitness sweatshirt on this morning because, again, I just wanted to pay homage to Glockaware and to my roots and the things that I have been able to accomplish with the support of Toucan. So I always give him his flowers, even though he doesn't like it, but it's fine. But I wouldn't have been able to be a clothing brand without him. I wouldn't have been able to be a podcaster without him. Maybe I would have been able to find somewhere else or somebody else to press up my stuff. But it's something different about a person that actually supports your vision, supports your dreams, your goals, and aspirations. And there's been times where I couldn't always afford to pay for my clothing apparel up front, and there was times where I couldn't always afford to pay for my podcast slot, and never once has this man ever been like, you can't come in here because you didn't. No, he works with you. He doesn't have to, as long as you're transparent with who can, for the most part, and you do what you're supposed to do. There's nothing that you can't bring to him, and if he has the capability of seeing it through, it's going to get done. So you need t-shirts, you need anything clothing wise, promotion, marketing, promotion. You want a podcast? Do you rap? Do you sing? Are you an artist of any sorts? This is where you need to be, people. You want to get yourself out there. This is where you need to be. So I'm just really grateful for this platform. And I went through some major life changes in the last 3 years. So I'm grateful that I had this platform to fall back on, and the family that I met here to embrace me during different phases of my life. So that was awesome. Now, on another note, I am excited that I am almost 3 years in. Aunt KD will be celebrating her 5-year anniversary with Glockaware, I believe, the end of this month. And also celebrating her birthday. Taurus season is here as far as she's concerned. I know it's Aries season right now, but as far as Aunt KD is concerned, it is Taurus season. So we'll be doing something for that. Anybody who has supported this show in any way, shape, or form, pull up on us for Aunt KD's 5-year anniversary here at Glockaware. She also started here as a podcaster. She had her own show called Willpower. So yeah, we just continue to grow here at Glockaware. If you can't grow here at Glockaware, you don't belong at Glockaware. It's just that simple. Like, it's not a space to stay stagnated here. Everybody around here is moving and shaking and doing things. So if you can't move and shake and do things, you don't belong here. Shout out to my little sis Lucci Totes. I have to give her flowers this morning, and also my apologies. Like, I feel so horrible. I am a huge fan and supporter of Lucci Tote, one of the Fly Girls. She is also the host of Authentic Philosophies on Monday mornings. Check her out from 11 to 12. She throws these amazing I Am My Sister Keeper events, and I have been at every one so far. I've had the honor of being a part of these events as well. And due to my just unorganized life right now and stress and things that are going on in my universe, I missed this event, and it was Monday. And I'm so upset about it because I was one of the honorees. And to be honored by anybody, for someone to take their time out of their day, out of their life, to give you your flowers and to honor you, and then for me to miss it, I'm heartbroken. I am so butthurt that I missed this event. I don't know why, for some reason in my mind, I'm thinking that this event is taking place in April. And I definitely in my mind did not think that this event was taking place on a Monday. So I think just all of that encompassed, none of it clicked. She texted me that day and was texting me about tea, but the tea and the tea event, none of it clicked. None of it clicked until I saw the pictures and the videos on Instagram, and then my heart just sank. So I'm sending my love out to Lucci this morning, and I know how disappointing it can be when you do events and you think that people are going to come and support, and then you don't get that. So I just want you to know, Lucci, that was definitely not my intention. I would never say that I'm going to be with you for especially something like that and not be there. So I owe you lunch. I would love for us to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival this weekend if you're available. Also, shout out to Lawanda, who organized a woman's healing retreat on Sunday, which I also missed out on. I need advice, people, from anybody that is going through the change of life. It is difficult going through menopausal symptoms and trying to manage life and noticing that you just don't have the energy, you just don't have the memory, you just don't have the physical capability that you should, the appetite, just all kinds of things. Lack of sleep, night sweats for me interrupt my sleep like crazy. The change in your menstrual cycle, how heavy it gets, how unpredictable it becomes. It almost takes over your life, right? It's hard to just go out and do things when it's like, boom, I've been hit with this period out of nowhere. I'm in all this pain. Like, I never really had really bad, like bad cramps and stuff with my regular menstrual cycle. But now, as I am approaching the ripe old, no, I don't like the old word, I'm sorry, I was about to curse, the ripe seasoned age of 45 in July. Shout out to all my cancers out there. Woo, woo. My body is just, I might feel young on the outside, but damn it, a bitch is about to be 45. And I feel it every day. I got up off the couch last night and my knees sounded like Rice Krispies. And I do yoga. Like, at the end of the day, my body is still like, bitch, I don't care what you do. You're still 45. Do. Yeah. And it literally like, what? So, I definitely have been more mindful about my eating habits. I'm just noticing different changes in my body, as well as my level of patience for things as well. So just this whole weekend was kind of like a roller coaster. Saturday was awesome. I spent some time with my cousins. That's always a great time, kicking it with my cousins, celebrating my nephew's 18th birthday. So that was a good time. But then after that, I just feel like it was all downhill after that. Like, it's just been one thing after another. I feel like my name is Lemony Snicket in the series of unfortunate events. Another thing that really, really like just kind of grinds my gears, and maybe I do, and my aunt keeps giving me this suggestion, and maybe I need to really take her advice. As a person who is getting older, and as we get older, our parents get older. And maybe some of us don't really take these thoughts into consideration, and we don't really think about, good morning, Nate, and we don't really think about the down the road plan of what that is going to look like as our parents age. Because not only are we aging, they are aging too. And what is that plan moving forward? Do any of you have one? Do any of you know your mother's or father's or whoever raised you's life insurance policy information? Do you know where these things are? Do you know their social security number? Do you have their Medicaid or Medicare information or whatever that is? Are you prepared to be their caregiver if it gets to the point where they need you to be? Are your things in order? Do you have life insurance? Like all of these things that I probably should have been thinking about, but just really didn't take too serious, are now a part of my world. Like, how would you handle that if now you have to take on all of your parents' affairs? It's not just about you anymore and your doctor's appointments. Now you got to manage your parents' doctor's appointments, their comings and goings and medications and, toiletries or whatever. All of those things. Do people really think about that? Do you really have a plan for the future, for the aging process? I think people really need to sit down with their parents and really outline what that looks like. Do they have burial insurance? Are you going to be left with anything when they pass? Are all of their affairs in order? What bills do they have to pay? What bills do you need to start taking over for them? What are their financial situations looking like? Are you going to be able to manage their finances as well? So there's just a lot that comes with taking care of a parent. And if you're the only child or the only child that is capable of taking on this responsibility, it is even tougher. But if you have siblings, I highly recommend that you guys all sit down as a unit, and aside from just the life insurance and stuff like that, if your parents have any assets, own any properties, I highly, highly suggest that you guys all sit down while this parent is of sane and sound mind and get these things in writing as far as what is going to happen with this property when I pass, whose name is going to go on the deed, and if and when this property is to be sold, how is it to be sold, who is to benefit from the selling of this property. All of those things need to be outlined. Do you guys think about those kinds of things? Like, really, really think about it. How many Black people, parents die and then the state just takes the house because nobody knows what to do with it? Or your parents owe taxes because they got dementia and they haven't paid it in years, but your parent has dementia. So these are the things that you have to start thinking about taking over for them, which is also a struggle because a person with dementia doesn't accept that they have dementia or Alzheimer's or just old age in general, where forgetfulness is a part of growing old, which means you're going to need help in certain areas where you didn't used to before. And that is a major struggle for people. Sorry, Gina, are you not on Instagram? I'm live on my podcast. If it's an emergency, like what? Jesus Christ. So now I'm live on the air. What's up? All right. See how kids do you? I knew she didn't want nothing. I knew it. I knew she didn't want nothing. And that's exactly why I left it on loud, on speaker, so the whole wide world can hear how you just called my phone like a stalker. What you want? Oh, nothing. Yeah. No. Now, if I had kept ignoring her, she'd have kept calling me. And then in my mind, I'd have went into panic mode like, oh, my God, did she get kidnapped? No. Nothing going on. Just want to say mom. But I love it, though. And I won't even complain about that, because a part of the growing old process or aging process, even on my spectrum, on my end, is becoming an empty nester, which is also different for me. It is also a life-changing process. I've raised 4 children. I got 4 kiddos that I raised, 3 that I birthed, 4 that I raised. and ranging from the age of 30 to 18. That's my kids' ages. And it is like, wow, it's crazy to see my son who's now 30, just to be able to say that out my mouth, that I have a person that I raised that is out here in the world thriving as a grown, responsible, successful adult. It's amazing to watch your kids transform into their own. My daughter, who's 27, and first of all, let me just say, I am not a grandparent yet. God is good. Because grandkids, anytime somebody around me, a friend of mine, say they got grandkids, I get nauseous. I want to throw up because no. And I'm so now if and when that time comes that I should become a grandmother, I'll be the best grandmother. That baby will be so stinking spoiled to be disgusting. I'm just grateful that it hasn't happened anytime soon. I want to be able to enjoy my empty nesterhood for a minute, because I feel a little slightly robbed of it with the fact that I am a caregiver for like, there's so much that goes into caregiving for your parent that is literally like taking on another kid, but not just any kid. It's Autism Awareness Month or something like that. Something's going on with autism, but it's like taking on a child who's on the spectrum and stuck in their ways on the spectrum. Like, not a little kid who you might be able to try to break out of some of their bad habits. No. We're talking about a almost 70-year-old kid who is stuck in their ways, who will throw a tantrum when they can't have things the way they want them. So that is the struggle, because when you're the child, it's like you're looking at your parent like, really? You're going to act like this? Really? But you're in this parental role now as the caregiver, in a sense. So, like, I just want some time before one of my kids has a kid and be trying to like drop that baby off on me. Don't do it, because your feelings going to be hurt. I got some life to live first. I've done a lot of caregiving and taking care of a lot of people that I do want to be able to enjoy, at least this year, celebrating my 45th. I want to enjoy my 45th birthday. I want to enjoy my youngest child's graduation and prom send off. I want to enjoy the process of sending her off to college. And then I want to enjoy the day that I first come home and realize that I have nobody else to take care of and worry about, which is not really true, because she's only going to be in college, which means she's going to need even more stuff. Right? But I no longer have that responsibility of feeling like, oh my God, I gotta come home and cook, even though they try it. And I be fussing them out because, like, y'all grown. I do not have to come home and cook for y'all. Get out of here. So it's something about your kids growing up that if you are the type of parent that's not a helicopter mom or a smotherer, you will be able to appreciate, hey sis, Aunt KD checked in, y'all. You'll be able to appreciate the process of your kids growing up versus trying to stagnate their growth by not allowing them to experience life and do the things that they need to do to become their own independent selves. So I'm looking forward to all of this, man. I'm looking forward to not like even doing nothing domestic for a minute if I don't want to. Like, real stuff. Like, I'm really like, you know what I mean? Ready to just focus on me. Really strictly, that's it. Like, focus on me. And I haven't been able to do that in a very, 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 very long time. So I'm looking forward to that this year. I want to talk about SEPTA for a second. SEPTA, y'all keep going up on your fare. And if you want to go up on your fare so that you can improve the equipment and get new buses, new trains, new this, new that, all right, fine, I'm with it. If I can see where the fare money is going, cool. But I'm calling on all council people. I'm calling on all law enforcement or whatever, SEPTA police and Philadelphia police, doesn't matter. As a passenger and also as a parent, it is a problem. It is a nuisance that is a paying passenger of SEPTA that I have to endure sharing these quarters with these homeless people. It is disgusting. It is a hazard. It is unhealthy. It makes your ride unpleasant and you feel unsafe. My daughter was on the 70 bus. The 70 bus, she goes to Northeast High School. She's catching the 70 bus back down. The bus driver allowed a man who clearly smelled of feces on the bus. Now, it's one thing with the L. I understand that the train is kind of hard to keep the homeless people off of the train. It's kind of hard. I get it. But the bus. So if you know how SEPTA buses are, when you walk all the way to the back of the bus, there's the one long row seat, right? My daughter says she's sitting in the corner seat on one, and then somebody else is sitting in the other far seat. Then the stinky man has the nerve to get on the bus and sit in the seat in between the two of them. Horrifying. She ended up having to call her dad, got off at the nearest stop, and her dad picked her up off the bus, which you better had it did. But anywho, this is ridiculous, and we shouldn't have to endure this as passengers, and I'm calling on all SEPTA riders to file a complaint. We need some type of petition or something has to be done about this, because it is ridiculous. Because aside from having to ride public transportation with people who are unpleasant to ride with, I don't know if when this person gets off the bus or the train, if I'm sitting right in the damn seat that they just got up from. So now I'm sitting in the bed bug, piss, shit, throw up, infested seat, because every bus driver or train conductor is damn for sure not wiping down them seats after every shift or before. But it's ridiculous, and something has to be done about it. Like literally, I got on the L the other day, and at least 3-4 cars were packed with homeless people. There was nowhere to sit. You didn't want to sit in there. You can't even put on a face mask thick enough to cover the smell. You feel like it's getting in your mouth if you breathe through your mouth. You can't breathe through your nose because you don't want to smell it. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. And bus drivers, you should be ashamed of yourselves for allowing these people to get on the bus smelling like and looking like they looking. That's some type of discretion has to be made in terms of people who are allowed to ride on public. It is public transportation. Now, if y'all want to let these people ride, then make it free for everybody. Then fuck it. You can't say nothing. I can't complain, because now, since it's free for all the homeless people any fucking way, make it free for everybody. Then can't nobody complain, and then ain't nobody gonna have shit to say about the stinky people on the train, because it ain't costing me shit. Because that's all that ride is worth. Nothing. It's a free ride. That's what I should have to pay to endure the funk that I gotta endure on public transportation. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But what pisses me off is that when we do shit like, oh, the Pope is coming in town. Y'all know how to clean up the trains and the buses then? Oh, we're going to have the Olympics in the... You know how to clean up the trains and the buses then? Where y'all be putting them people then? Y'all know how to clean up the city, boy. Keep it clean. Because people who get up and go to work every day and pay for SEPTA passes and key cards and whatnot, we deserve a clean ride. We deserve to feel safe and to feel like I can breathe this air while I'm on here without catching COVID, Ebola, and AIDS all at the same time. Because that's how it smells. Like literally, like if I'm on this car long enough, I'm going to walk off smelling like the funk that's on here. I'm going to carry, hey messenger, good morning. I'm going to carry the funk with me. Now, I don't want it to be misconstrued like I'm just hating on the homeless people, because no, their situation is a whole nother issue that the city needs to deal with. That's a whole nother issue, that they're homeless. We're not even going to dive into that. The issue is you're letting the homeless people turn public transportation into a homeless shelter that we're paying for, that I'm paying to get up here and endure every day. Y'all got to do something about this, SEPTA. Seriously, it is really, really bad. It is out of control. It is not safe. It is a health concern at this point. These people are nodding off. They'll fall on you. They all in your face. Getting all like, come on, y'all got to do something about it. Y'all got to do something about public transportation and what we have to endure. There was something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh. All right. Thanks to DJ Johnny Wishbone, who gave me my sports report clip. I have my phone on live right now, so I can't just play it like that. But listen, I gotta dive into my Eagles real quick before I get out of here, because I'm so sick of hearing about the NFL, and I don't know the status yet, and I gotta check and see if they've made a decision or if they still just talking shit about banning the tush push, which is just really technically a quarterback sneak. But because the Eagles, and maybe a little bit of the Bills, but because it's our fucking play, we mastered this shit because our quarterback is strong as shit. Our offensive line is big as hell and strong as shit. Y'all mad at us because we know how to draft motherfuckers that is efficient enough to get that tush push done. How y'all mad at us? How y'all mad at us? And now the fact that y'all really trying to pull some shit out your ass, trying to make it like it's a medical reason because they're in this crouching position with the head tilted forward, that there is some risk of injury. Okay, well, who got hurt? Who got hurt during the tush push? I'll wait. Oh, crickets. Nobody. But I bet you if the Dallas Cowboys came up with the tush push, it's the greatest play known to man. Because America's team came up with it. If Mahomes was successful with the tush push, we wouldn't hear nothing about it. If Aaron Rodgers was good with a tush push, you wouldn't hear nothing about it. You wouldn't hear nothing about it. But because this play leaves other teams vulnerable, because you just can't dismantle it. It's nothing you could do about it but get big, bitch. Y'all teams need to get big. Find you a quarterback that could, you know what I mean? Don't try to stomp on our greatness, because apparently that play works damn good for us. Got us where we needed to be. So I'm sick of hearing about it. I really, really hope that this is all just a bunch of malarkey, a bunch of just chitter chatter for no reason. If for whatever reason they are able to ban the tush push, Philly fans, unite. We gotta protest. We gotta do some, man, fuck that shit. Because that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, what else y'all gonna do to stop the Eagles from being the great team that we already know we are? And we already proved we are. Like, why? Y'all want to hate on us that bad that y'all willing to ban a successful quarterback sneak play because can't nobody else do it but us and the Bills. Practice. Y'all got to practice. Y'all got to wake up early in the morning, drink your milk, eat your spinach, and practice. And maybe one day the tush push will work for y'all too. But that's corny, and it makes first of all, I just want to just tell on Green Bay, because they the ones that started this bullshit. Punk ass Green Bay are the ones who started this. Going home crying to their mom, they won't give me the ball. I can't tackle these guys. They're just too big, and they just keep doing this quarterback tush push. Green Bay. And then you got all the rest of the little punk bitches behind you thinking that this, oh yeah, because we can't do nothing with it either. Like, I think we should be in it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Now, y'all don't want to open up a can of worms because it is a gritty play. Y'all think it's more like a rugby play. All right. So, when football first started, it damn sure looked like rugby to me. But as the years have gone on and you guys got soft, football is more like foosball. Because you guys getting soft. Now, with the whole thing with the CTE, I got that. I did that with the head collisions and all that. I get that. There is scientific evidence to prove that you should not be doing things that cause concussions and blah, blah, blah. Yes. Tush push, however, there is no scientific proof as of yet. No one has been injured. There have not been any head injuries or concussions of any sorts. No sprains, no breaks, no cracks, no fractures as a result of that specific play, the tush push. So I want you guys to stop trying to pull shit out your hat. Stop trying to make up medical excuses as to why this play is detrimental to the league, because it is not. It's not detrimental to the league because you want to know why? Half you motherfuckers can't do it anyway. So nobody's going to get hurt doing a tush push. They can't do it. And if you can't do it, don't do it. Don't do the tush push just to prove a point that you're going to get your ass cracked and get fucked up trying to do some shit that you're not strong enough and not built enough to do. And then Stephen A. Smith says something about innovation. Like, that is innovation at its finest. We created some shit that can't nobody do nothing with. That is an innovative play. Stephen A. If you were calling out the Eagles on or NFL in general on just innovation, that is innovative. Along with the Philly special, innovation at its finest. And then we so smart. This shout out to Sirianni because he's gangster with it. You take the tush push away from us, we're going to come up with something else. We're going to come up with something else because we're innovative like that. And our quarterback is stronger than half of y'all's quarterback. That's the secret weapon right there. So we can come up with something else. Go ahead if that's what you think you want to do. But I don't think y'all want to be that petty. It's football. Come on, like seriously. It's football. So I had to talk about that. I was so sick and tired of watching ESPN yesterday. And that's all they were talking about between that and the Lakers and March Madness. Like, it's a lot going on in sports right now. I'm sad for my Sixers. I don't even remember the last time I watched the Sixers game. I went on Game Time app yesterday just to look up the price of the tickets, and the shit said $2. I can't, Sixers. Somebody just pray for my Sixers. Hold them up in prayer, Lord, because prayer works. Because that's what I feel like my Sixers need. But I'm definitely not giving up on them. I love Boss Baby. I think our team has potential as long as we can build around Maxey. He's an awesome young man. He has a bright future with the NBA. So I'm just hoping that we don't move too hastily and get rid of him. We need to build around him. I don't know what's going to happen with Embiid. I'm really, really like kind of on the fence with whether or not we should continue to trust the process. Because it's been a long process and it's looking real shaky. It's been looking shaky for a few years. And hey Donnie Vocals, what's going on, bro? So I don't know. I really don't know what to think or what to say about my Sixers. Phillies, we fighting Phils. We doing our thing right now, but baseball season is getting up and moving. I'm definitely gonna go to a Phillies game soon. I like being outdoors. I like going to the games. Don't care too much for the Flyers games because I don't care to be cold, but I do like the fact that they fight. They let them fight. Another thing, the Timberwolves and oh God, who was that got into a fight? I don't think that those men should be banned or nothing like that. There was just a little pushing and shoving. Shout out to DiVincenzo. He ain't no punk bitch. He almost had young boy. Like, if everybody ain't get in between them, I don't think y'all saw that. DiVincenzo, like, I mean, I had mine on DiVincenzo. Shout out to Villanova. So yeah, like I just definitely wanted to talk about that tush push stuff. That really was like burning and grinding my gears. Like I really just can't even understand why it's a topic of discussion. Like they're taking the enjoyment out of sports, even down to the refs in every sport. This is just universal. The referees, the bogus calls, the lack of physicality with sports now is just like it's taking away from the authenticity of the sport. Like it's supposed to be a little contact. It's supposed to be like, think about boxing. I stopped liking boxing fucking around with Mayweather. I was a fan of Mayweather at first. And everybody's like, yeah, but that's boxing. No, it ain't boxing. Not the boxing I grew up on. I'm an 80s baby. If both motherfuckers ain't look like Martin coming out of that episode where he fought Tommy Hearns, y'all niggas wasn't boxing? What y'all was doing in there? What was y'all doing in there? Because a boxing match, it should look like both people who, I don't know who won. I don't even know who won until the scorecard come up. Let me see what the judges say. That's boxing. Football, I'm supposed to see you get crunched. You supposed to get put on your ass. It's football. It's not flag football. You getting tackled, dog. The fuck? Like basketball? Like this ain't volleyball? Y'all not like, yeah, nigga, like, ah. Where the days go? You knock a nigga down up off that rim and you step on him nuts all in his face. Ah. Now the rest unsportsmanlike blowing the whistle. This shit is crazy. This ain't youth sports. We pay for the physicality as a fan. We pay for that level of excitement. That's, it should be more like hockey. Like you just let them get it in a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. All right. And then you break it up. Like, all right. And then break it up. But all this blowing the whistle before somebody even get fouled. Because you thought it would have, might have, could have, should have been a foul all the way from the other side of the field. And y'all fucking up the flow of the game too. You fucking up the outcome of some games just from these bogus calls. Some games, some losses shouldn't be just because you fucking dumbass refs are making bogus calls. Fucking up the flow of the game. So everything and y'all fucking shit up. I'm about to get out there. I'm about to get out there. I got my whistle in here. I always walk around with my whistle. I'm about to get out there. I'm about to start going to these games with my whistle, sitting courtside, heckling the refs. That's what the fuck I'm about to start doing. Since y'all want to be out here, when they do bogus calls, I'm going to blow the whistle on them. Flag on that call. Because that was bogus. So yeah, I this just felt really good, y'all, sitting up here by myself. Not that I don't miss my sis, because yes, I do. But it's very nostalgic sitting up here by myself. I remember when I first started how nervous I was, how I didn't think that I would dare be able to carry a show for a whole hour by myself. But look at me. I done made it through this whole hour and bumped my little gums to death. And I'm not nervous anymore. I look forward to sitting up here and chatting with you guys on Wednesdays or any day that I can. On Mondays on Over a Drink with I Rise and Be Manly. Sometimes I'm up there. Shout out to everybody that has a platform on Glockaware. Make sure you download the app. We're on every platform. Shout out to Ines who performed at the Lit and AC concert over the weekend. That's our family. That's our blood. That's our bro. You know what I mean? Like, we love you, Ines. I'm proud of you. Shout out to Ines for getting his flowers from Busta Rhymes himself. I got to see a clip of that video, and that was amazing. You are definitely one of our gems, Ines. We appreciate you. You're a talented brother, and it was good to see you get that opportunity. But on that note, people, I think I'm done here. I'll be back next week. My sis, Aunt KD will be back with me next week. Listen, the light